All right, what is going on, guys? I'm back again. We are in the last round, finals, I should say. So currently, my opponent is another Amulet Titan player who is 3-0, and I'm 2-1. My only loss was to the Blue Red Prowess player. Of course, is just a lot faster than me, and I don't unless I get an Arboreal Grazer to kind of like chunk him down. It's kind of tough. Like it'd have to be like a Boreal Grazer into like Nantuko turn 2 with fetch land would be the probably the fastest way for me to forget there. It'd be like fetch land into like fetch land again. So, but yes. So again against Amulet, gonna see how it goes against them. I think I have a pretty good hand. Uh, the goal is to get there. I mean, I got a Beseiju. I have the Grazer into to a land drop. So we're hoping to just kind of protect ourselves and then try to get to what's her name? Mommy. Mommy. Elishnorn, Mother of Machines. Because Mommy protects us from everything except for aggro. She doesn't help us against aggro. Flying giant beaters. So, um, let's see here. I mean, it's just another match. So, he's got the Spelunking, he's got the Grazer, so he's got what's that? Turn two Spelunking? I think so. Turn two Spelunking into hopefully Amulet. So so pretty sure I know we're fetching. I don't know if we're shocking here. Yeah, we are shocking. So going to 17. Make sure we get our blue source. And he's just over here copying me. Amulet players just copying all the things I do. So let's see if I had a flare. I guess it'd be over the wall of roots, but I don't have a wall of roots, so with him having a slow start, I'm guessing I probably play the Beseiju. I mean, it makes sense to me. Cast Risen Reef, get a trigger here. I mean, there's no reason for me not to put this into play. I really need to hit a fetch land for Nissa, so Wall of Roots doesn't do anything for me. Um, I just sending a message, got to attack my 0-3 into a 0-3. So Spelunking here into a Valakute. See what we get. Um, Green Sun. So what do we do? Is the question. My guess would be my first reaction would be another Risen Reef, just because I have the endurance for the Aftermath Annulist shenanigans. So, and I have another one. So, I mean, I think I just need to draw. I need to hit my land, so then I can go get Elishnorn next turn. Might have been better to get Nissa, but that would have to hope that I hit hit what's it called fetch land. So I decided to surveil here before deciding this, and I was like, I don't need that. I mean, I'm already kind of set up at this point. I don't need that. I really need a land. I need to hit a land so I can go get Elishnorn and stop him from doing his thing. So I think, yeah. So okay. So this is this just a value? So like we can't lose here. I mean, it's just value. So he's gonna go get a haster, haste attack, and get some more lands. Go for straight value here. So cool thing is with this deck is that you can. I mean, a lot of the times you go and get they go get Artawara. So um, with them getting Artawara to try to bounce Elishnorn, which I think is what he's going to do here. Yep, go. He's like, yeah, you can probably get Elesh Norn next turn. A lot of times you can just win with Elesh Norn. So that's the cool stuff you can do. But I guess he doesn't do that. He just tries to slow me down by bouncing a Risen Reef. So and then this all happens before blocks. Um, and then I think I just needed to mitigate damage. I don't have a Chord of Calling, and it doesn't do anything for me. I think I'm trying to reduce the amount of a life taken here in case I don't do much next turn. And it's probably worth it compared to like next turn he can do more. I don't know. It's probably not right. It's probably just you just take 6. So so I think I was supposed to go get Elesh Norn there, but land trigger. So this makes I can do the same thing. So yeah, so I can still go get Elesh Norn here. I'm pretty sure. So land, go get um, another mana, right? Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, it's not. Okay, never mind. So we're revealing until we hit elemental. We hit Titania. Um, and let's see. Oh, I think this just does it. As long as we just have to make sure we have 2 mana for the Risen Reef, but we also just have endurance as well. So like to do it. So there's that trigger. We have a trigger for that. I'll get the land. So and get mana before the Risen Reef. I'm gonna fetch still before the Risen Reef, just because I think we're trying to minimize. I think we're trying to minimize on lands because I actually want to draw. Or maybe not. So maybe it's better to let the land come into play. So I guess this digs for another dude. So we make green blue again. I know I just put 2 mana, but it is green blue. Yeah, see there. So I switch it here. So that happens. We draw that, and so that just gets it for me. So then I have a second one. So this allows me to put this into play, bounce this to my hand, um, and make another mana. So this is where I can use um, Chord of Calling basically here. I can tap 3 creatures, use 1 mana, so I can cast Risen Reef here just to cast it, and then I can basically use Chord of Calling to go get Sylvan Safekeeper and just basically win. I mean, it's deterministic. Usually with 2 Risen Reefs. So leaving a mana draw. Uh, so like I guess the worst part about playing that first before getting the Sylvan Safekeeper is the fact that I could have drawn my Sylvan Safekeeper. I guess it's not bad because that's actually cheaper, and I get to keep creatures untapped. So we're just digging a little bit. I think we're digging a little bit more here. And then I'm telling him that I'm going to basically sack this to the evoke trigger, and it's going to be targeting myself. So we're going to resolve these first. Do this, get a mana. Make green, do it again, play land, make another green. And so this is where I'm going to Chord of Calling for X is 1, and this is where I kind of tell him this is how I just win. and I have Lotus Cobra that's gonna make me the mana that allows me to keep digging. So I can just literally gonna sack all my lands, make a bunch of 5/3s, put a bunch more lands into play. I'm gonna cast Lotus Cobra and go get Sylvan Skykeeper. So I just every single land that comes in is gonna produce me 2 mana. So eventually I'm just gonna do it until I can either Green Sun Zenith for it or uh, Green Sun Zenith for it or what's it called? I'm trying to think of the other card. Court of Calling. So I was just like, no, I need to use my creatures and be more efficient. I'm gonna do Court of Calling instead. Just showing him that I have it, that I can play it. I mean, even if I had it in hand, I still just win. So pretty sweet. I like it. I mean, it's nice to win without having to get Elishnorn out. So with me not having to get Elishnorn out there is pretty big. So it's crazy. I just now thought about it that I mean it was kind of a risk to not get Elishnorn out, but he already had a Titan out. So um, with only one card in hand, so I don't like Elishnorn. I guess still would help, but it doesn't. Elishnorn doesn't stop spelunking. I'm pretty sure because they just enter as not it is not like a trigger that goes on the stack. So no matter what, lands still come into play untapped with Elishnorn out and spelunking. But spelunking specifically does stop Amulet of Vigor, which is pretty sweet. I think I did make a mistake here. I brought in some mystical disputes, hoping to probably catch him off guard if he had a fast start and I could counter a Titan, but I think that was wrong. I think it was just supposed to be consigns. So, which I don't even think consigns that great. I mean, I know it hits an amulet on turn one. It can hit the Urza Saga from going off of its last chapter, so they don't go get their second amulet. So, but majority of the time, if they cast an amulet on turn one, it's never going to hit it. I mean, it does hit some triggers and stuff like that, but I mean, hitting an amulet Titan ETB trigger with a consign doesn't feel great. I don't know, in my opinion, it's usually not enough, but it could be enough to, I guess, keep you from losing. So I can't argue that. At least if you could stop the ETB the first time, and then you go to your turn, and then maybe go off. So, it could be worth it. So he does turn one amulet. I play land. Don't know. It's kind of a slow start for me. It looks like so. What's he got here? 3 mana spelunking? Yeah. Okay. So odd interaction here with spelunking and Amulet of Vigor. If the for people that don't know this, the land if a land doesn't specifically say come into play tapped, so but it something puts it into play tapped, so like Titan puts it into play tapped, but the land doesn't have a text box that says comes into play tapped, the land will always come into play untapped and will not trigger Amulet of Vigor. So very important on rules text. I know I've talked about this before in other amulet decks, but it's good to know that. So when you're playing against it, you know that they can't if they have a spelunking out, they can't just untap their Hanwar battlements as much as they want to be able to give stuff haste. So here I've already taken one off the fetch. They haven't taken anything. Take another one. He's like, "How are you getting this?" And I'm just like, "I'm shortcutting." There's the Green Sun Zenith. So Green Sun's anything for Grazer. Putting in another land, trying to ramp myself here. So what is Otawara? So maybe I wasn't. Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to play the fetch land there, right? I mean, I was supposed to play the Otawara. I don't know why I kept the Otawara. I think I was valuing it more than what it was worth. Hoping that like if he doesn't do anything this turn, but I mean his odds of just doing something are possible. Like he could probably still get a Titan into play. But I mean, I think I was supposed to. I think I was supposed to play the Otawara and do this, so the next turn I could. So this turn specifically, my next turn I could have into Nissa into to fetch land. Hopefully, getting more value and stuff off of it. So again, I don't have a Chord of Calling, so. And I was just telling him he didn't have to tap that land, so I was like, just in case you have something to do, I'm just gonna be honest. So he's gonna get his lands here, which I don't think I don't think he has anything. So he's trying to set up for next turn, which don't know if that was the right cards. I mean, I personally like the Otawara. So interesting. So I think with Spelunking out, then if you attack with Titan, your lands will still come into play untapped technically, because you could just choose for them to come into play. I don't know. That's a ruling that someone would have to answer for me. If you get to this video and you have the answer for me, let me know. So we take 3 here, go into 15. I mean, I have a good feeling that we're probably just dead next turn, in my opinion. I think we are. Yeah, it was good here to get the Crumbling Vestige back, so now he can make his blue. So he ended up making it work. We drew fetch land for turn. That was huge. So hoping that we survive. We're already at 15. Take 6, go to 9. I'm like, maybe not. Hang on. Which I was right. So in all reality, I should have played the fetch land and just played it, and then kept up Otawara based on what he was going to do. If he would go to combat, endurance if he was going to do something else. But I probably shouldn't have done any. I mean, maybe I don't. But I think I should have played the fetch land, so I had the ability to do Otawara and everything. So I didn't leave up Mystical Dispute, and I think I should have if I would have left up Mystical Dispute. But he already resolved Titan, so I was like, what do we do? What do we do with that? So this is why I felt like Mystical Dispute was probably wrong. I mean, it's good enough if I can get enough mana to hit the Titan beforehand. So, and he just like, I had a good chance here too, to kind of like gain some value, and he, of course, he's a good player. He's one of our better, our more experienced Titan players as well, and he did it, in a good spot, and hit the Nissa at the right time. So, I mean, having the green red land too, just another surveil land would be good, and then still have the ability to have Omnath. I just feel like Omnath's probably just too slow. Like I don't know how I'm gonna get to 4 mana plus play land before someone could possibly kill me, burn and stuff like that. So we just get our surveil on. Bump, bump. Don't know what it was, but yeah. And now I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm screwed. Oh, that's what it was. He had to pay for Pact. He cast Pact to go get Titan. So I forgot about that. So I mean, it's just like even worse. Like I should have just left Artawara up, bounce Titan. He wouldn't have been able to recast Titan this turn. Like, I mean, I guess he would have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he would have been able to recast Titan after combat. So that wouldn't have felt great. I mean, what would have been the optimal line? I don't know. I mean, still probably Otawara. Would have been cool to be able to bounce it and then hopefully Mystical dispute it, but I don't think that was going to happen. Overall, I'm looking at this hand and I'm like, this is probably not a good hand. So, I mean, I think he knows how to get there. He has the Teleria, so he's gonna attack. I mean, he literally just needs the mana. So I take 6 going to 9. I think all he needs is I think he needs bounce. I think he does it. I think he gets bounce land Vesuva here. I think he already has the Valakut in hand, and then he can go get what's his face, Dryad. Yeah. Yep. Or maybe he gets Valakut here because he needs it in play. I could be wrong. He might already. I think he already has it in hand. Yeah, that makes sense. So floats a mana. It doesn't matter. He's not gonna be able to get to use it, but I mean, he's not gonna matter because he's gonna play Valakut, hit me for 3 after casting Dryad. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the line. That's where I'm thinking it would be at. Would be getting the Dryad line to be able to win. Because I'm at 9. Yeah. So he bounces this. I take my 6, go to 9. He thought about it too. I mean, take him a good sec. So has a floating green mana. So I probably could have done it here. I wouldn't have died this turn if I didn't. I could have not got. I mean, if I didn't do Artawara, I would have Mystical disputed the Dryad here. But then where would I? Excuse me. Then where would I have been at? Dismember was a good bring in. So, boop, boop, sack that, play that. I'm like, yep. And then he plays Valakut, shoots me for 3, and then I was like, oh yeah, the Vesuva. Double triggers. Shooting me in the face. So, going into game 3, let's see what we get here. I mean, I really hope we just get. We really just need to get Elesh Norn. I think this is a really close game. There was like a turn difference on whether who was gonna win or not. I mean, mine was a snap keep. I think it was a really good hand, fast hand. Like I mean, he just needs like turn 2 Titan. Cause yeah, pretty sure I'm just like fetch land, surveil. I mean, I'm probably not supposed to play fetch land, but like I need to pay off. Is my thought process here? As long as he doesn't have double amulet. So, Grazer start, best start I could ever see. Love the Grazer start. And we're supposed to get Lush Portico here. I think that's what we do because we have the breeding pool in hand. So we have all of our colors. I'm a huge Landfall person. I love the mechanic Landfall. It's so much fun. I love Elesh Norn ever since she was printed. I love playing Omnath as a commander, the Locus of Creation. So it is um, definitely right up my alley. This deck has been fantastic. So I know this is another Risen Reef, but I think I needed something better, or I think I needed like just lands. So trying to go off here, get more cards here, because like next turn. So, and this where he accidentally mills. Sorry, my headset disconnected there. He accidentally mills 4, not thinking about it. He's used to mumble, but he plays an aftermath analyst here. Um, doing this, I think he gets it's either Dryad or Shifting Woodland. So, did he not grab anything? I might need to tell him that. And after that happened, he didn't grab anything. Interesting, huh? All right, so we do a fetch, make a mana, play Risen Reef, get things going. I think it's an Elesh Norn. So no matter what, next turn I get to cast Elesh Norn. So that's the important part. I don't know if he grabbed anything now. Maybe he grabbed the Shifting Woodland. Now it has me worried. Now I kind of want to like go back. Oh, too far. He milled 3 cards. And took all 3 and didn't make a Scion? Oh, that was just Aftermath Analyst. That's why. It just mills 3 cards. I mean, I literally did the exact same thing. I just messed up. I just did exactly what he thought he did. Oh my god. That's wild. Alright, so play we make a mana, we played the Risen Reef, drew Elesh Norn, and that's like, well, that kinda sucks. But, it is what it is, it's fine. So here we fetch, we get a land, make a mana. Um, and since we have the Risen Reef in play, and then so we have 2 mana, so we play Grazer. We use 1 mana, play Grazer. Yep. Play the land, make another mana, use the mana to Springheart and Tuco. And we pass. I mean, it's probably the most optimal play. If he doesn't do anything this turn, I mean, we just win. 100% win next turn. I don't think it's not possible that we don't. So just because Elesh Norn, and then we get to make copies of Risen Reef here. So him not having anything here and him making a construct just literally told me that I think I'm going to win the game. So because if he would have just tapped it for mana, then there's a good chance he had Primeval Titan because he could make the mana, which he doesn't. So with me having a fetch land, does everything we need. So land, trigger, we just make a 1/1, and then we cast Elesh Norn, and that's where he was like, "Yep, that's a thing." And yeah, we get to kind of get to go nuts here. So land trigger, that happens. So there's going to be a copy here. So because the land comes in, I get to make 2 mana off of it. Risen Reef comes in. So there is two triggers there, so I can also make another copy, so I could leave it on the stack if I wanted to. You could like realistically right here, right? You could just go off because you can keep leaving. Because every single time a land comes in, you're gonna get two triggers, you're gonna get 2 mana, and you're gonna be able to just make a copy of the Risen Reef and just go off. Right, you can just keep making copies of Risen Reefs, and you could always keep one on the stack instead of making the 1/1s. But I personally, at this point, like you can just keep doing it, and I wouldn't want to keep one on the stack and just keep making 1/1s because of the fact that like I know you could draw through your whole deck. Don't get me wrong, but like it's just faster because of once you get Craterhoof Behemoth, you just get to cast it and win the game, because that's where you're going to be at. And this is where actually the guy at the store was telling me about that. He's like, you could always keep one on the stack and just keep going and keep going, and it's basically infinite. And I was just like, oh yeah, crap, that's kind of crazy. So shout out to Nick, good dude. And then the other individual, I always forget his name. I hope he watches this and sees, but I think it's Tanner is his name. I always forget, and I don't know why, because he's a cool dude too. The guys over at CM. So, but he's playing Elishnorn as well, which I'll probably be playing it in my deck. But like, I'll be honest, this deck I don't. I mean, I might be running it for an RC queue because people won't be expecting it, and the deck is really good and really consistent when you have 8 tutor effects. And it ramps, so you could literally cast everything in the deck, and it's sweet. I mean, every Risen Reef replaces itself. I think my worst matchup has been Boros so far, and then which it wasn't even that bad. Like there was the deck replaces itself really well. I think Elishnorn would be really good if they don't just like take out my board state really early, like a lot of them do, or like the one opponent that I played against did. I mean, if I get an Elishnorn out, I don't know how they deal with that. I guess they get to sneak out a Fillage, which kind of sucks. I guess they get to sneak out Fillage. That's the downside to it, but it deals with all their removal, it deals with all their ETB and getting energy. So as long as I can deal with Fillage, then I'm good. So um, I guess it kind of depends. I mean, we'll have to see. So I brought in the consigns against him over Mystical, which I was explaining as well. So, but but yeah, guys. As always, we get to the end of the video. I do my little spiel, as I always do. Please like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate it. I'm here for you guys. The more engagement, the better. So I always enjoy it. But I hope you all have a wonderful night and enjoy these videos. And I hope to hear from you guys. Gingy, out. Peace.